So what started out as a joke and what could have started out as a big lose for this guy, Donald Trump, who is a billionaire and is has made a lot of stuff, has been saying so many controversial things recently. He called Megyn Kelly a dumb bimbo when she
Hmm.
was on vacation and tweeted it, and then even said back about Megyn Kelly how she should have stayed on vacation and not come back because that would have made a great Megyn Kelly show. First of all, I think that's really stupid and dumb what he said. It's amazing because I actually really like Megyn Kelly. I think she's very smart and she's a great journalist. She actually knows how to push people's buttons and she's able to put people on the defensive. She does an excellent job. I don't know what happened. And then recently now in the news, Donald Trump actually spoke and made fun of Asians with broken English in his speech, and somehow he's like leading the polls in the Republican Party, which I find is ridiculous. On the other hand, if he does become president, he's going to actually be pretty good for Israel. What do you think?
Well, I actually don't find it ridiculous that he's leading so much in the polls. First of all, he's got such a cool tone in the way he's running this campaign. He doesn't let anything bother him, which is something that a lot of people like. They like to see a guy that's contained and has a good mode. He's also he also says a bunch of things that really kind of people um, kind of sympathize with. For example, he speaks about the economic problems. He sounds like he's got a populist tone to him. He speaks about the just how this country's not in good shape and we're losing respect. He's got a populist tone to his campaign, and I just think that in spite of the ridiculous things, you know sometimes they just he captures people's attention with his populist tone, and that's why he's leading so much of the polls. Remember, because he's a billionaire, I think he's got about $10 billion worth in wealth. He doesn't have to be beholden to people in Wall Street, all these interests um, that fund all the other candidates. So people know that, and they just need someone who's got a more populist tone. Now, as it comes to Israel, I will say that he would definitely be better than what we've had recently. Um, but I will say that I'm kind of skeptical with anybody coming into the White House, and no matter who they are, and whether they're going to be good for Israel or not. Because when George Bush ran in 2000, you could have said that he's going to be a good president for Israel because he said he was going to move the U.S. embassy to Jerusalem, and he said, I'm going to do what Bill Clinton didn't do. I'm going to not going to get involved in the peace process. I'm going to stay out. Anything but Clinton. That was the mode. And he came into office and did exactly what Bill Clinton did when he got into the White House. He imposed the roadmap on Israel and the Palestinians. He pushed Israel to leave Gaza, and he pretty much said the same talking lines that Obama's talking about. He said, he said Israel should go back to 1949 armistice lines. He did use that term. And so, Donald Trump sounds like a good friend to Israel now, but, when he gets into the White House and you have all these interests coming in, they will come and talk to him, as soon as he gets into the White House, if he ever does. I don't know. I mean, I don't know, because once they enter the White House, things could be different. So Donald Trump definitely sounds like a good friend. He's got, I think his daughter converted
Exactly,
to
converted to
Judaism.
Orthodox Judaism.
But you know what? When these guys get into the White House, I don't know. Anything could happen. I'm hoping that Donald Trump, if he, I don't know if he'll get into the White House. Anything could happen really now. But if he does, I hope he just stays to himself and doesn't let anything else affect him as he is right now. Um, and so I don't know. I don't. I'm not gonna. I don't think his support for Israel is guaranteed.
So here's how I see it. Okay, uh, when I was learning in Monsey Yeshiva, Rabbi Hanowitz actually told me a story about Donald Trump, where he was actually stuck in upstate New York. He couldn't move. It was in the middle of nowhere, and there was a Jewish guy. There's a Jewish organization that helps people that are stuck on the road. They came to help him,
Yeah.
and Donald Trump, in return, gave the guy flowers. He gave him like a lot of money, and he really helped him out. He's a Jewish religious guy. There was another kid who was a Jewish kid who I think was terminally ill with cancer.
Yeah.
He actually
just did
came
that.
by and like helped him out with a lot of charity and stuff.
Yeah.
This guy is really close to Jews, and again, like you said previously, the guy's not tied to special interests. He has his own money. He's not going to make money because he has $1 billion empire, which is his Trump name. And I think it's going to be interesting how it falls out. But I think that is how it's going in this direction. That, in general, my own prediction for this election is this: that I don't think he's going to make it because the millennials are just so liberal, and now they're taking control of the voting. And more millennials are going to be voting now than ever, and they tend to be very liberal, atheist, non-religious.
And just just like pretty much vote for the Democrat.
Vote for the Democratic Party, and the conservative right in America is actually losing out.
Yeah.
So I think that also
Demographics are working against the Republicans.
just to finish off here, the most people that are going to be voting for Donald Trump are going to be white supremacists because in every single white supremacist website, he has come out as support.
David Duke, by the way, to add on to that, David Duke actually came out and said that some things Donald Trump has said are good, but David Duke said on the Alex Jones show that he that unfortunately that Donald Trump is associated with Zionists. David Duke, let's just say that jerk kind of has some mixed feelings about Donald Trump.